Many people went on Shark Tank to pitch their company and ideas, and they either landed a great deal with one shark or more than one shark, or walked out completely empty-handed. However, even though going on the show seems like a good thing, more than one of the entrepreneurs featured regrets it. It may be because they were already rich before going on the show, or the investors seem to try to give them all lowball deals. Whatever the reason is, in today's video we're going to talk about some of the worst businesses to ever go on Shark Tank. But before we do, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Walking Bacon. Maddie Salim probably thought that everybody loves bacon as much as they love waking up in the morning. And when he pitched this idea of walking bacon to the sharks for $40,000 for his bacon cooking alarm clock, the idea behind the product was to put raw bacon in a wooden alarm clock before going to bed at night and let the device heat up to cooking temperature and cook the bacon until the alarm goes off the next morning. With so many things that could possibly go wrong with a product like this, the sharks eventually passed the recipe for disaster.
So Maddie, what happens when we've sold 10,000 of these and the 10,001st catches on fire and burns the couple to death in their bed?
It left the viewers with the question, how do people with terrible and potentially dangerous ideas make their way to television?
You got no projections whatsoever. You got a pig box that's going to catch on fire and kill somebody. I'm going to be sued into the Stone Age. I'm out, but I'll give you $100 for the pig box.
Hillbilly brand. Back in 2011, Mike Apicchio and Sean Lees decided to showcase their country clothing line called Hillbilly Brand on Shark Tank. The guys quickly laid out their asking price of $50,000 in exchange for 25% stake in their company. The sharks were thrilled, and soon enough, the hopeful entrepreneurs landed a deal with Daymond John, Robert Herjavec, and guest shark Jeff Foxworthy. Still, after the show was aired, the negotiations lasted for several months and seemingly led to nowhere, as they simply couldn't come to terms. The guys behind the already successful Hillbilly brand regretted coming to the show in the first place and ultimately walked away from the deal. Considering the fact that their business is still up and running, they made the right decision. Scam. In Season 5, one of the pitches was for a mobile app called Scam. Scared Geek came in asking for $1 million investment in exchange for a 5% stake in his code scanning mobile app. The young man explained that scannable codes are everywhere today, and that he and a handful of college buddies developed a mobile app that he claimed was the easiest way of scanning and interacting with any of these codes. The app was free and available on both iOS and Android services, with 51 million downloads overall and 27 million monthly users. However, after being bombed with questions from the sharks, Gear revealed that they had already dealt with investors and that the company had already raised $8.7 million. Obviously, this must have been the moment when he regretted going on the Shark Tank, since Daymond John immediately asked him why he is even on the show, and is he just looking for exposure. Even though he didn't land a deal on the show, it wasn't all that bad, since this company was acquired by Snapchat later on for a whopping $54 million. Technology-enabled clothing. Back in Season 3, a man by the name of Scott Jordan appeared on the show in order to pitch his idea of technology-enabled clothing, or tech for short. To display his work to the sharks, Jordan provided a vest that would accommodate all persons' gadgets free of hassle. Even though Jordan asked for $500,000 for 50% equity in his company, Scott a vest, it turned out that the company was already successful, as he managed to impress the sharks, revealing that he had $5 million in sales. Kevin O'Leary jumped in, offering Jordan $1 million for 30%, but things quickly went south when Jordan decided to give one of his advisors a call. His advisor was none other than Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, who told Jordan that the sharks were lowballing him, and then things got really ugly. Realizing that he didn't need Shark Tank in the first place, and regretting that he even came to the show, Jordan started pointing out and yelling at the sharks, telling O'Leary and Robert Herjavec that they were out because he didn't need them. While Daymond John was really angry that he had wasted all their time. Jordan simply walked out of the tank without an apology, and although he clearly didn't build any professional relationships in Shark Tank, business seems to be going pretty well for Scott a Vest. And besides vests, they're also now offering hats, pants, and various other items that have been technologically enhanced. And that's how we'll wrap up today's video on the worst Shark Tank pitches of all time. We hope you enjoyed the video and the content we've been showing on the channel. Don't forget to leave a like and turn on post notifications for our future videos.